Welcome in, Pisces. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome back, guys. Hope everybody's doing awesome. So, Pisces, this is going to be your monthly read for May. I am going to follow up with a mid-month reading. That'll probably be out around probably about the 10th to the 12th of May. So if you'd like to be notified, make sure you hit that subscriber button and the notifications bell. As always, I did want to thank you guys so much for being here. Really do appreciate all of your support. Our little channel's growing. So again, thank you so much. However you do that, by liking, subscribing, or making a comment, really does make a huge difference. So that's why everybody's always asking you to do that. But anyhow, so this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the sign of Pisces. I feel like May is going to be a lot lighter for you, Pisces, just in general. I mean, we had a lot of planets that were in your sign, and they're now moving into Aries. A couple of them have already moved into Aries. We now have all the planets direct for the next 3 weeks. So that's going to be, I feel like, nice energy. Just, figuring out the direction you want to go in. I think things are going to be a lot clearer with all of this energy kind of out of Pisces. So that being said here, definitely looks like you have a lot going on as well in May. It looks like you're going to need to be making some pretty big decisions about the direction that you want to move in. So I already pulled your cards. You're on my left. Your person that's on your mind in love is on the right. So I'm going to walk you through these cards, pull some tarot, get some more information about feelings, actions for the month of May. And then at the end of the reading, I will pull some hidden messages, especially if you're in a no contact situation with somebody or, things are a little bit wonky, right? So, like I mentioned already, I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a brand new beginning. I feel like for a lot of you right now, you are trying to I feel like you're kind of struggling about, you know, facing your fears, either about a commitment, about this relationship, looking at the things that maybe you haven't wanted to look at in a while, kind of how you show up in relationship, but this really is the possibility here to have like a brand new life, a brand new beginning, and really being drawn. I feel like Spirit's really asking you in the month of May, Pisces, to really listen to your intuition, and you guys are awesome at that, to follow your North Node. So really ask yourself, where are you being called to? Who do you want to spend your time with? Where do you want to be? And really trying to figure that out here, because we got step out of your comfort zone, North Node, and right now the North Node is currently in Pisces, South Node in Libra. So I feel like, the month of May is really going to be a lot about soul searching, about what direction you really want to move in. And again, really listening to that intuition, trying to figure out whether or not where you want to go, who you want to be with, who you want to spend your time with. What does this new life look like? I feel like there is some sort of commitment on the table that you could possibly offer to somebody. Is that really what you're wanting? Is that what you're being drawn to? Um, how do you feel about this person? Do you see a future with this person or not? So again, you're coming through as the moth energy. So that's, moth drawn towards a flame. Where are you being drawn to? So again, a lot of repeating kind of energy coming through on your side, and really stepping out of your comfort zone to take a look at, the mistakes maybe that you made in the past in relationship, and why things didn't work out in the past, and really taking a hard look at that. So I feel like, if you're scrambling for answers, trying to figure out what direction you want to go in, Spirit's really encouraging you to chop wood here. So that's like, chop wood, carry water. So in your everyday activities, so, whether that be, walking, going for a walk, spending time in nature, just doing your everyday things, I feel like those answers are going to come to you, you know, when you're not, so focused on finding the answer about what direction you want to go to, then it just kind of like, it just comes to you. So I feel like in May, that is what is going to happen, in doing the ordinary and being not so focused on finding the answer, or putting all this pressure on yourself to figure out what direction you want to move in. I feel like spirit's encouraging you just to, it's going to just come to you. You're going to know where you want to go. So and the mutual energy between you and this person is the sun. So could be dealing with a fire sign or somebody who has fire in their chart. But the sun really talks about things being coming to light, things being illuminated, things being brought to the surface. So whatever was beneath the surface is now coming to the surface. Where are you being drawn? So again, with the moth is, being drawn to the sun, right? It's drawn to the light. So again, at the end of the day, I feel like, this may cause you to get out of your comfort zone. Perhaps you have some fears around being in another commitment, especially if there's some shadow aspect here that's been kind of like giving you sort of a negative outlook on love in some way, shape, or form. So let's talk about your person here. They're showing up here as the spider. So this person has weaved a pretty nice life, I feel like, for themselves. The spider, all of the chakra colors are, in this card. So I feel like this person is pretty in touch with their spirituality. I feel like this person is pretty grounded. I feel like this person, though, has also, some shadow aspect here. I feel like this person has been through it as far as love goes. This person is showing up, trying to grow and move past any kind of pain that they've experienced in the past as well. So I feel like you and this person definitely have that in common. Things have not turned out as, they had hoped. So I feel like, you and this person definitely might bond in that way, or share those same feelings of, things not turning out in their favor in the past, or turning out how you had originally anticipated. But I feel like this person is protecting their heart right now, for sure. And again, I feel like they're worried here with this all that glitters card, that they're going to repeat a pattern either with you or something from their past. So I feel like, with this spider web, they don't want to be caught in somebody else's web of lies, I want to say. So they are feeling, like they need to protect themselves on some level. I feel like this person is very dedicated. I feel like this person does really care about you, Pisces, you know, with this only you, devoted, attached, and crave card. But I feel like as well, just like you, I feel like, again, not having the best outcome in love is definitely something you and this person have in common. This person is looking for somebody who wants to grow with them. So, is that really what you're wanting? Is this going to cause you to have to get out of your comfort zone here and be more committed to this person? It looks like, adjustments are required here. That's what came out for your person's moonology, third quarter moon. So I feel like, the month of May is going to be a bit of a conversation between you and this person about possibly what does the future look like in this situation. I feel like things are going to be come to light in the month of May. And again, I feel like your person wants to grow this relationship with you, Pisces, but I feel like this person needs to know that you are on the same page, that you are committed, that you are, where are you being drawn to? Who do you really want to be with? So again, I feel like for May, you're trying to figure that out, and your person is kind of holding back, kind of waiting on you on some level here to kind of like put all your cards on the table here on some level, with the sun card. So let's see now how this person's feeling about you. How does this person truly feel about Pisces? I just want to make sure my deck, oops, and I knew it was upside down. Had a feeling. Okay, just give me one second here. Give these a quick little shuffle. How does this person currently feel about my Pisces, please? This person currently feeling about Pisces? All right, let's see what we get. Does this person feel about Pisces? All right, King of Wands, more fire energy. Aries, Sag, Leo. All right. The World. Fixed sign energy coming out there. Does this person feel about Pisces? Look at that. World and the Fool back to back. Ace of Cups. All right. I feel like this person really does care about you, Pisces. Like I mentioned before, this person has been through it. This pain card, 3 of Swords on the bottom. And I feel like, you have also gone through, something painful. I feel like, sorry, I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck here. This person wants to see some action from you. So are we growing this relationship? Are we moving towards something more committed, something that is going to be emotionally fulfilling, or are we not? Are you taking some action here? Because if you're not taking any action, then, and you don't see this relationship growing with me, then I feel like this person's like going to go in a new direction here to find their fulfillment here, whether that be with you, Pisces, or with somebody else. So I feel like for the month of May, this relationship may either be put on pause, or somebody may be deciding that if things are not growing and moving in a certain direction, then I need to go in a different direction. I need to find my person if it's not you, is really what I'm getting. So let's see how you feel. How does Pisces really feel about this person? How does Pisces feel about this person? 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. The Magician. 2 of Cups. 7 of Wands. High Priestess. Oh, High Priestess and the Hierophant together. Wow. All right. You and this person, I feel like, are a really good match, Pisces. Not going to lie. I feel like you see it. I feel like, this 3 of Pentacles, you and this person work really well together. You get along well. Like, you kind of have, like, you're on the same page here as far as, like, what is important in life, what you're really wanting, putting in the time and the effort. I feel like you appreciate that about this person, that they are, very easygoing, and that, they have, they're easy to work with. Like, I feel like you could see yourself, building a nice life with this person. But I feel like for a lot of you, you are holding back here, Pisces. Maybe that's because you're not sure what it is. Is there somebody better out there? I feel like on some level, am I selling myself short? So this kind of gives me the energy of like you feeling like I don't want to settle, right? Am I settling for this person? Or should I wander the earth here and see if there's somebody better? So there's something about a mindset that's blocking you. And again, I feel like it's this shadow aspect that's blocking you or blocking your heart from taking a leap of faith. And again, I feel like it's, from whatever obviously happened to you in a relationship in the past. But I feel like on some level here, you're recognizing this person as, being, there's something about this person that's special, something about this relationship that's, being divinely guided, or, you and this person really get each other, I want to say. So I feel like that definitely might be that moth card, which is why you feel really drawn to this person. But I feel like there's also there's a mindset that's preventing you from, getting into a relationship or a commitment. So I feel like it's kind of you here that's dragging your feet, not, necessarily making things happen. Like you're getting in your own way, I want to say. Like you have a choice here, the lovers. Yeah. I feel like you have a choice. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I feel like for some of you, the month of May is really gonna be require you to take a hard look at why you're attracted to this person, what you're really wanting. Does this person encompass everything that you're wanting? We have the Magician and the Two of Cups. So I feel like there's things about this person that you're, really attracted to and really like. And then there's, maybe some things about this person that you're not super stoked about. There's some obstacles here. And are those going to get in the way of, you and this person having a happy life together? So I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of obstacle between that you keep. I don't know. I feel like like I mentioned, you're kind of almost getting in your own way here. So I don't know if you feel like you might just be settling and you should be looking for someone else, or there's things about this person or your relationship that you can't move past for some reason. So I feel like at the end of the day here, Pisces, you need to really examine what it is that you really love about this person and whether or not those are things you can overlook or not, is really what I'm getting. And is it worth it taking a chance on? So, again, at the end of the day, you have free will. So I feel like that's pretty much where you're at for me. And your person, on the other hand, here, they care about you. They do have a lot of feelings for you. But if this situation is not growing anymore, I feel like this person's gonna, move in a different direction. And I mean, rightly so. I mean, if you've been sitting on the fence for a while about this person or this situation, at some point you need to either, be all in or be out. You can't kind of like keep riding the fence here. I feel like you've been riding the fence here with this person for a while. And again, I feel like your intuition is asking you to figure out what it is about this person that you're attracted to, why you feel drawn to this person, and make your decision from there. So I feel like May, you're going to need to kind of go within here, Pisces, and make that make that decision, because I feel like if you don't make a decision soon or you don't show up soon, I feel like your person's going to take some action here to make a decision for you. So this could really talk about you and this person having a conversation in the month of May. Oh, I didn't ask about actions. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Oh no, I did. Those are feelings. Did I do feelings? Sorry, guys. I'm like losing my mind. All right, let's ask about actions. I'm going to ask about actions. Sorry. All right. I feel like we already kind of have that answer, but let's see what comes out before I pull some oracle cards, some messages. Actions. What actions is this person going to take towards Pisces? Actions. I should actually probably use a different deck, but all right. So we have the Tower. Yeah. Not surprised to see that. I feel like this person has wanted to have this conversation with you for a while. Yeah. So are we moving together or are we moving apart? Is this moving on? Are we growing together or are we not? You know, are we on the same page or are we not? Because if we aren't, then, you know, we need to go our separate ways here. That's really what I'm getting. So I feel like this might catch you by surprise, Pisces, but I feel like deep down you kind of know you've been riding the fence with this person or this situation for a while. And, you know, again, not wanting to make a hasty decision. So I feel like you've been biding your time, but I feel like for the month of May, you know, um, their foot is on the gas pedal here, and it's gonna, you know, push come to shove, you're gonna need to make a decision. Yeah. What do you really want here? It's gonna become clear. You're gonna need to make a choice. And so is your person. So be prepared for that. Yeah, there's definitely a conversation coming. Let's get some messages from this person. Messages to Pisces, please. Messages to Pisces. All right, we have childhood trauma coming out. Why can't I move on from you? Sex with you. What do you see in me? Bottom of the deck is I'm afraid to lose you. And sometimes these messages can also apply to you, Pisces. So again, take it how it resonates. Yep, I need to figure myself out. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. I can't come to you now. All right. So I feel like, you know, there's definitely been a lot of back and forth, I feel, between you and this person here, Pisces. You know, there's been some really great times with this person, maybe some, you know, stressful times with each other. I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like you both do really care about each other here. But if this relationship isn't growing and you and this person are not on the same page, I feel like for the month of May, there is going to be a decision that's going to need to be made here soon. Not saying it has to be made, you know, like before the end of May, but that's really the energy. I mean, the cards really, that's what they are capturing, is just the current energy between you and this person. So, you know, if you feel like you need some time to figure out what it is that you're really wanting, then I feel like you need to do that. Speak up for yourself, Pisces. But, you know, if you keep being drawn back to this person or this situation, I feel like that's spirit's asking you to really spend some time thinking about why. What is it about this person? You know, why can't you move on from them or vice versa? What's holding you back? What kind of trauma did you experience as a child? Same thing with your person. Again, I've talked about that you and this person have that in common. And, you know, for some of you, this definitely could have started out as something a little bit more casual here with that sex with you card. So I don't feel like you guys are lacking in that aspect, that King of Wands card. But again, I feel like it's not surface level. I feel like, you know, you do both genuinely care for each other. So, you know, so I love that. That looks really nice. But I feel like at the end of the day here, you need to do what's right for you here, Pisces, what you're really wanting. And same for your person. And, you know, if somebody's not, if their needs are not being met, and it looks like your person definitely needs some growth here in this relationship with you. And I feel like that definitely could be causing, this may cause you to have to step out of your comfort zone in that North Node. You know, if you want to stay with this person, if you really want to be with this person, you're going to need to kind of like step it up a bit, I feel, in order to maintain this relationship. All right, guys, I'm going to end your reading here. Hopefully it made sense. Hopefully, If it did, if you could let me know by hitting the like button, I'd really appreciate that. As always, I hopefully will see you in your next reading, which should be probably out by May 10th or so, 10th or 12th, around that range. Anyhow, you guys take care, and I will see you guys again.